Yes, I'm alive. I'm live. Yay! Today, it's all gone funny this morning, hasn't it? In the world of internet and all that sort of stuff. That's what I'm going to talk about, and about reliance. So I'll click some buttons, and then we'll bring in the Instagram people, and then we'll get started. Here we go. All right, here we go.
It's the start of the week. Grab your coffee cups. It's Magic Monday Live.
Bring Magic Monday Live. I've got some words to help me. Have you been affected by it? The big AWS, Amazon Web Services outage that's taken place today. It's been an interesting one for lots of people. I've been unable to connect to certain programs this morning, and a lot of people can't get into their bank accounts. People can't do payments for things, all sorts of stuff, because we've relied on something. We've relied on AWS, Amazon Web Services. And should we rely on one thing? Probably not. But think about this in other ways. It's not just about technology. This is about relying on one thing to bring you something. So, for example, if your only source of joy is your work, unlikely, but if your only source of joy is your work, what happens when work changes? If your only outlet is social media, what happens when the feed stops feeding? If you notice that, by the way, this is a big thing that's happened recently, where people are complaining about the algorithms, especially with LinkedIn. Those people who are on LinkedIn, it's very interesting to see so many people who have started to really complain about how LinkedIn, I'm writing all this stuff and people aren't seeing it and people aren't reading it. Well, if you're relying on LinkedIn for business and you're relying on LinkedIn showing people your feeds, then you're going to be disappointed, methinks. If your only motivation comes from somebody else, what happens when they're not around? The happiest, most resilient people, I really do believe, have got multiple power sources. I wrote that down. I've just written it down there because I want to check it right. Multiple power sources. Don't rely on one power source. Power being where you get that impact, where you get that information, where you get that knowledge, where you get that great feeling. And there's loads of things that people do. So the world of personal development, I would say read, write, reflect. If you've got books everywhere, or you can read powerful stuff online. This is powerful stuff, not social media stuff. Powerful stuff. If you read stuff online, be careful. Be very careful. If you read stuff in books, it's much easier to filter it into the things that you really want. Write stuff. Write your journal. Write nice messages to people and reflect. And I love getting out my own journals and having a look at what I've done over the years. This morning, I saw this wonderful post from somebody, and it was quite amazing, actually. It was about something that happened 5 years ago, when I started the first Write That Book masterclass, and she was talking about that 5 years ago. She wrote a book and what that meant, and it was so lovely to read this post. But the best thing was that the original group of people who were together 5 years ago, see me doing my mental working out there. Why do people look up to do that? There's a reason, isn't there? There's something that happens in your brain. They got together last weekend, or this weekend just gone, and had a big get together. And I think it was about 30 or 40 people got together. Write That Book people, organized by Sarah McGough. Well done, Sarah McGough. Brilliant work. Amazing that she does that. And all these people got together and just shared their knowledge and their experiences, which was lovely. So yes, read, write, reflect. Other things that people do is they move their bodies and feed their minds in multiple ways. One of the best ways to do that is through friendships. So I found myself this weekend having a great time renewing some friendships at my brother's birthday party. Now, he's normally watching. I don't know if he is today. Let's have a little look. I can't quite see on my Instagram whether he's here, but I'm hoping he is. I'm hoping Andrew's watching. So my brother had his 60th birthday party on Saturday night. And the wonderful thing about a 60th birthday party is you see people from all different generations of life. So he had people there who he's just got to know recently, but also people who we grew up with in the same street when we were kids together. And it was so lovely being able to have chats. And the way he organized it was quite nice, actually. Rather than having noisy disco, he had a playlist of all the bands that he's been to see live, much to Christine's disappointment. It was so funny. She's going, who is this? This is rubbish. But I thought some of them were really quite good. It's quite nice. And it was Andrew's party. So he can have anybody he likes. Anybody he likes, he can have for his 60th. So we had all these, and he did a quiz. And the quiz was, it was all about him. You can do that on your birthday, can't you? Have a self-indulgent quiz. Why not? It's his 60th. And it was all questions, things like what was my first car and, different things that happened in life. I should have remembered a lot of them because I was living with him at the time. A lot of the things I had no idea. It's like, flipping heck, I have to work that out. But anyway, that was great. So we're talking about people getting various inputs and various ways to make you feel good. And having that wider circle of friends and tapping in at different times is another great way to do it. What else have I got? Rituals, small rituals. If you have several small rituals, and I'm talking about things that empower you, not that you have to touch a light switch 4 times before you go to bed or anything like that. Some people have those rituals. Some people tap the side of a plane before they get onto it and all that type of stuff. That's fine. That's more superstition. I'm talking about rituals, things that you do on a regular basis. So it might be a little fitness ritual that you do, or it might be something that you give thanks before you eat some food. It could be that you have a little ritual where you tell your partner that you love them before you go off to sleep. One of my little rituals, or Christy and I's little rituals, is whoever gets to the bathroom first, we always put the toothpaste on the other person's toothbrush. And it's just a lovely way of kind of saying, there you go, I've done your toothbrush for you. Tiny little ritual, but these little things, when you've got multiple ones that are all happening, they're great. And Ellie said, and if you miss one, it doesn't matter, but that one does. If I should ever miss Christine's toothbrush, if I go to the bathroom before her, it matters. So here's your Magic Monday challenge. Make sure that your joy isn't coming from a single source, that your energy isn't coming from a single source. Don't be a single source person. Check your systems, have a little look at where everything's coming from, and then create some backups, some emotional backups, some creative backups, personal backups. And because we're in a digital world, when something like AWS goes offline this morning, you can see how it impacts you. Remember, truly brilliant people have redundancy built in. I looked that up today because I was asking ChatGPT for some ideas around this. I wrote it out first of all, then I asked it for some ideas, and it said, truly brilliant people have redundancy built in. And I thought that's really good. So this is where if something goes wrong, if something isn't there, like if one light flickers, there's others that will still shine. I hope you've enjoyed that today. Let's have a little look and see who's here. Andy Heps is here. Yes. Hello. It's not really his birthday. It's his birthday next Saturday. So he's still 59 for another, how many days? Another 5 days, Andrew. Woohoo! We'll have a little look and see who's here on this side of things. Chris McConnell's here as well. He's watching from Middlesbrough. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Hang on. Who else have we got? I've just gone and done a stupid thing. I clicked my button over here, and all my people who are watching on Instagram just disappeared. But anyway, it's lovely to see you all. I trust that you're having a brilliant start to the week. Autumn has well and truly arrived here in the UK. If you go out now, you will see leaves and mist everywhere. It's glorious, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. Right, that's me done. Have an absolutely brilliant week, and we will see you next week for more Magic Monday Live.